Terabithia 2, Return of the Queen by Chris 24. Movies Bridge to Terabithia rated, K+, English, Friendship and Fantasy, Jessie A, Maybelle A, Leslie B, OC, Words, 2K+, published, 15 meters ago. G-Day casters, I'm back with a new fanfiction. Today we explore the possibilities of a Bridge to Terabithia 2. I'm going to try to stay accurate to the fact that this is an American story, meaning mom will be spelled mom, color will be spelled color. I will use Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. It will be elementary school, not primary school, etc. Enjoy. Year equals 2011. Chapter 1, Ghosts, Jessie's Pov. My name is Jessie Aarons. I'm 14 and I go to Lark Creek Elementary School where I am in 9th grade. And I am using Australian grading here because I don't know anything about American schools. They might be the same. I's currently 57F, AN 14 I can't do the degrees symbol without FF, just making it look like O, because I use words, so I would just put it up in the corner of the word. But I'm sweating like a pig, even though I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts. I just got home from school where I had hit a race and I had beaten all the other 9th grade boys. I was now lying down on a picnic blanket in the treehouse that we called our castle. 4 years ago I had a friend called Leslie Burke. She had an amazing imagination and had gotten me to keep my mind wide open. We created a magical kingdom called Terabithia, and even though she died that same year, I have been keeping Terabithia alive with the help of my now 10-year-old sister, Maybelle. Maybelle had grown up and matured a lot over the past 4 years, and now she was nowhere near as annoying as she used to be. In fact, she was my best friend. Not my only friend, but my best friend. Although Leslie was my first and will always be my BFF, I had gained 3 new friends over the years. The old school bully, Janice Avery, and 2 new kids, Gina Ryle and Joshua Puller. And I know I'm lazy, just reusing characters from DCP. Joshua is going to be closely based on Josiah. I was so caught up in my thoughts that I didn't notice Maybelle climb up the tree and lay next to me until she sighed. "Aren't you cold?" she asked. I looked over at her. She was wearing a thin yet very warm jacket along with a pair of tracksuit pants. I just ran across the entire school field. "Don't you think I would want to be cold right now?" I said. We both like the cold, but we also like to rug up in warm clothes. The reason we had the warm clothes is the same reason we had done some huge renovations on our house. After Leslie died, the Burkes gave us a few $1,000 because of how close to her I was. Now that Brenda and Ellie worked at the local supermarket, and Dad had gotten a rise in his pay, we didn't have any money problems at all. Joyson was now 7 and had her own room, meaning that I didn't have to put up with just a corner anymore. I shared half of Maybelle's room now, but we acted as if we both owned the whole room, because of the fact that we had become such close friends as well as siblings. My old corner now served as our art and schoolwork area. We had both become a lot better at drawing, and now we put so much detail in the pictures we make that they look real. And yes, I said we. Maybelle has gotten into drawing as well. The corner also had our PC that we shared, since we had managed to get a decent internet and some PCs for school and work. With the internet, we both posted our drawings onto DeviantArt and Facebook. It was getting late and we decided to head home. I grabbed my simple yet warm jacket and the blanket. We went over the bridge I had made after Leslie died and ran back home. We got inside, and when we got to our room I just crashed on the bed while Maybelle turned on the PC and started up the large playlist of music we had generated over the years. Then she started making a new drawing. Soon, it was time for dinner, and after we ate we both went to bed. The next morning, it was snowing. It was winter and coming up to Christmas, so the snow had been on and off all week, much like the rain had been for my favorite gaming YouTubers over in Australia, since they had Christmas in Australia on a scorching summer's day, as the Aussie Jingle Bells said. And now I'm just being selfish, aren't I? He is talking about an all-Aussie version of Minecast Productions, with Star, Nice, and Othie being Australian instead of American. Sorry guys. I went downstairs, had breakfast, got in some pink winter clothes, and went out to do the 2 or 3 chores that I still had. As I finished my chores and was about to go inside, I saw a yellow Chevrolet Omega, Holden Commodore Omega with a Chevy badge stuck on it, pull into the driveway. Josh and Gina got out and came over to me. "Hey Jess, how's it going?" asked Josh. "Good. What about you two?" I replied. "Great," answered Gina. I smiled and we headed inside to get warm. "Hey Maybelle," sighed Gina as we entered our room. "Hey guys," replied Maybelle. She was scanning the picture into the computer so she could upload it. Once it was finished scanning, I took it out and looked at it. It was a very amazing drawing of Terabithia back when she first visited with me, her, and what Leslie might look like if she was still around. Standing in front of the Golden Bridge, we were all wearing crowns and I could see the Terabithians all crowding around in the background. Even the giant troll was there. "Very good Maybelle," I said, showing it to Gina and Josh. "Wow, this is amazing," sighed Josh. They didn't know that Terabithia was a real place in our imaginations that we visited all the time. They just thought it was a place we made up for a better surrounding in our pictures. I hung the drawing on the door and asked the others if they wanted to go out and play in the snow. They agreed and we all put our winter stuff back on before heading out into the cold snow. After about 15 minutes of snowball fights and building snowmen and snow castles, sandcastles with snow, never heard of it but I'll put it there anyway, and stuff, a black Cadillac Escalade pulled into the driveway and a man got out. The windows were tinted but I could make out 2 more people in the car. The man came over to us. "Are you Jesse Oliver Aarons Jr.?" he asked me. I nodded. He looked back at the car and gave a thumbs up. The other 2 people got out. One was a young woman, and the other looked like a teen girl. She had one of those beanies that cover your ears and a giant puffy jacket which she was burying her face into so all I could see were her eyes, until she saw me and took her face out of her jacket. I froze and out of the corner of my eye I could see Maybelle freeze as well. Jess, Saeed the girl, Leslie, I managed to stutter. "She's dead. How can she be here? This must be a dream." She ran to me and hugged me. She pulled back and looked at me. "Boo, but you're dead," I said. She looked shocked and closed her eyes, facing the ground. "We thought you were dead for 4 years, Leslie," I continued. "Jess, I didn't die. When I fell into the river I went unconscious and went into a 4-year-long coma. That's probably the longest coma I've ever heard of but it's true. I woke up the other day and have spent the last few days remembering everything. But there is one more spot that I can't remember at all," she said. "Terabithia," sighed Maybelle. Leslie looked at her. "Maybelle, you've grown a lot," she said, hugging her as well. Maybelle laughed. "Hey Leslie, is Terabithia the thing that you haven't remembered?" she asked. Leslie looked at her, thinking. "It sounds familiar," she said. "We ruled Terabithia," I said, "and nothing crushes us," finished Leslie. She smiled and hugged me again. "Our kingdom," I nodded. Josh and Gina looked confused. They had not met Leslie before but I had told them about her. "Isn't Terabithia just the place that you 2 made in your drawings?" asked Josh. I looked to them, not sure whether to tell them or not. I looked to Leslie. "Terabithia is the magical kingdom that Jess and I made to get away from everything. Just keep your mind wide open," she said, looking at me. "Well, we will leave you guys to catch up. We've got another call to go get." Saeed, the woman who had come with Leslie. "Okay." They drove off and we went inside. Leslie took her beanie off and I saw her complete face. She was even more beautiful than I had imagined her being. Her hair was still cut short and her face had grown, making her look amazing. When we got to the kitchen and living room, everyone except Joyce and froze. "You all look like you've seen a ghost," sighed Joyce. "That's because they probably have," sighed Maybelle. "Leslie?" asked Mom. "Hi," replied Leslie. "Long story. We'll explain later," she said and we went to her room. "So you've got more than just the corner now?" asked Leslie when she saw the room. I laughed and nodded. She went over to my old corner and found the old drawing of our castle on the ground behind the shelf. Maybelle and I had remade the picture with extreme detail and replaced the original one with it. But Leslie found the original one. "Bells," she said. We laughed again. Then she saw the new one. "Wow, this is amazing. There is so much detail," she said. She went over to the drawing that I had hung up this morning. "I made that one last night," sighed Maybelle. "I see you're the princess now," sighed Leslie, giggling. "Yep." We spent most of the day showing Leslie our art. Josh and Gina headed home after a while. "Hey, do you think I can stay here tonight? It would be more comfortable than the hospital," asked Leslie. "Sure," I said. After we had shown Leslie all our drawings, Maybelle went downstairs and left us alone. Leslie was laying on my bed while I had some music playing on the computer. "Jess, there's something I've been wanting to tell you," she said, sounding nervous. "Go on," I said, calmly. "Jess, I love you. And it's not just a crush. I really, truly, love you." I could see why she was nervous. I instantly become nervous as well. "Leslie, I love you too." She got off my bed and slowly walked over to me. She sat on my lap and leaned her head on my shoulder. "You're the only person I ever loved, Leslie," I continued. She looked at me for a second, before we both leant in and kissed each other. It was amazing, finally getting to kiss Leslie. We heard Maybelle coming up the stairs and finished our kiss. "Dinner's ready, you two," she said. We smiled and went downstairs for dinner. Over dinner, Leslie explained what had happened to her. After dinner, we went up to the room again and got ready for bed. Leslie and Maybelle got changed into their pajamas in the bathroom while I changed in our room. They soon came back and we all went to bed, Leslie sleeping in my large queen-size bed with me. Hope you enjoyed that chapter. Tell me what you think of this story. It's very different to what I've been writing before since that's got a bit more action in it. I want Leslie and Jess to have a relationship, but I won't go any further than them kissing because I want to stay at the PG rating that the original movie was. Please R&R. This story will be the same as DCP is and I will only update it when I get ideas. See ya next time. Minecast Chris. Review. Share. Email. Facebook. Twitter. Story. Follow favorite. Author. Follow favorite.